I'm Judy, and I'm the mother.
I'm Kennedy. I'm 12 years old, almost 13, and I'm the youngest, unless you count the dog.
I'm Michael. I'm 15. I'm the dog's keeper. I wish.
And I'm Matthew. I'm the dad, and I'm 41.
I'm tempted to say the badass grandma. I'm really tempted to. Our grandma, we went on vacation one time, and it started she was wearing Michael's baseball cap, and somehow she got the nickname Badass Grandma or Bag. So, and she does a lot of crazy stuff sometimes.
She'll try anything once. He's known as Mr. Grumpy. We were on a cruise one time, but they were trying to sort of get the crowd livened up, and they asked for who was the grumpiest on the cruise, and he got picked. So the rest of the cruise, he was known as Mr. Grumpy. He has a way of being very solemn, and the three of us are nuts. In a nice way.
In a nice way.
Yeah. We like to have fun and goof around, and unfortunately, it's a lot of times at Daddy's expense. Hey, Dad?
Yes.
Yeah. He gets picked on a lot for being too serious and too cheap.
I'm going to take the family on death marches where, oh, it's just around the corner. Or
on Christmas Day,
in Grenada.
he took us on a death march.
In high heat, high humidity, high sunshine environments, I'm not one to spend $3 on a taxi cab. We can walk. And so
he's cheap, is what he's saying.
I'm cheap. I'm real cheap. And so now the kids always refer to Daddy's death marches. And oh no, please don't make us do that.
But the kids and I have a plan for this trip. We're going to keep him lubricated with beer so that he can't cause us any trouble and we can spend what we want. The grandpa that's coming, he tends to get lost and disappear. So we have to assign someone to watch Grandpa so he doesn't get into trouble. Well, one time we were in Rome. It wasn't really Grandpa's fault, but we took 2 taxis from the hotel to the Vatican, and they didn't show up because they had told them the wrong thing or the guy didn't understand. So we're sitting at the Vatican waiting to go on our tour. So we lost them in Rome, and Matthew's on the phone trying to convince the taxi driver to find them for us. We're all flying to LA, we're flying to Fiji, then on to Auckland, staying there for 2 days, cruising down New Zealand, going to Melbourne, and staying in Sydney for a couple of days, and then coming home.
I'll tell you.
So bad.
Okay, cruise ship somewhere off Athens, and Judy started getting a little bit of gas. Or sorry, stomach pains.
This was,
I had food poisoning.
Okay. And you avoided the cruise ship infirmary because you can be quarantined, and you're not allowed to leave your room based on captain's orders. So
if you dare bring up the photos.
So we postponed going to the infirmary to the point where we couldn't wait any longer. We went down, and a few minutes later they realized Judy just had bad intestinal reaction and had lots of gas.
No, that's not true. No, this quack doctor tried to convince everyone that I had appendicitis and they were getting ready to evacuate me. And I said to him, I said, look, buddy, you're wrong. Things like that do not happen to me. So just, put the helicopter away. We're all good. I've got food poisoning. This is what happened. And he finally admitted I was right.
True, and we took an x-ray, and in the next room, the doctor was showing me the x-ray, and I got to take a picture of the x-ray to show all of Judy's gas.
Yeah, and then he showed everyone. It was awesome.
It didn't make Facebook, but the trip to the infirmary...
You'd be divorced if that was on Facebook.
Cost us a bit of money, but...
Yeah, well, whatever.
Yeah.
Snorkeling, anyone?
No.
Particularly him.
This is not funny.
We have
Go ahead and tell the story, but this is not funny.
We have
He's
a
afraid of fish.
small fish syndrome.
He had a panic attack down in the Bahamas one time, so we don't go snorkeling very much anymore. Well, we were snorkeling, and I don't know, something just twigged in his head, and he started to freak out and nearly drown me. It was really weird, out of the blue, because he snorkeled before, and I don't know.
This smaller fish ate a bigger, or this bigger fish ate a smaller fish, and the blood came up, and then it came up towards my toes, and I was done. My flippers were going so fast I was out of the water.
Yeah, and I was down in the water. You were jumping on my head.